Hi, my name is Becky Jennings and I'm the creator of The Balance Method. I wanted to talk about comparison complex because it's been something in my life that held on to my life for so long. It was such a big part of who I was. And I just continue to see it over and over on a regular basis with my clients, with my coaches that I work with. And I wanted to really address comparison. So have you ever been in a room and you start to analyze the way you look in comparison to other people? Maybe you notice who's bigger or who's smaller. Maybe you feel inferior because their clothes are better, or they have a better purse, or they have better shoes. Have you ever sat in on a meeting and you felt, inferior to the person sitting next to you because of the way they hold themselves, the way they talk, the clothes that they're wearing? For me, for a large part of my life, for almost 20 years, if I was in a room with any person, I immediately looked at their thighs. Were my thighs bigger? Were my thighs smaller? Were they smaller than me? Was I bigger than them? I was constantly aware of what my body looked like in the relationship around other people. It was hard for me even sometimes to concentrate at dinner parties or at social events because I was more concerned with how I thought other people were viewing me in comparison to other people. I was so distracted that it took away from my schoolwork, that it took away from my friendships, and I was so obsessed with what I looked like in comparison to other people. After I recovered from an eating disorder and I moved into a career, I found that comparison shifted over to career. So now I wasn't looking at the person next to me wondering how big their thighs were, but I was comparing where they were in the business. I was comparing how far they'd advanced and how quickly, and how come I wasn't there. I was comparing their lifestyle. I was comparing their relationships. I was comparing their travel. It was amazing to me to step back and go, oh my gosh, the eating disorder, the mindset that I had where I was comparing myself and my body to other people has just shifted, and that same disorder is still there. I'm just now thinking about it in terms of career. So I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to get over this comparison. And one thing that I actually had to do, and really had to do, was sit down and pen to paper write down what I was good at. To physically write down what I was excelling, what areas of my life I was excelling, where I felt like I was really rocking, where I felt like I was doing a great job in this area. Things that I enjoyed about myself, things that I was proud of, things that I had done in the past that I was proud of. I needed to spend the time to rewrite my story. Because my story was, these people were here, and I had to play small because they were better than me. They were better than me for so many reasons. So I played small because I saw those people as better. Now, when I wrote out a list of all the things that I had actually succeeded in and felt like I was doing really well, I saw that there really wasn't that much of a gap between us. That gap was in my head. So if you're suffering from comparison complex and you're looking at other people as better than you, I highly encourage you to make a list of all the incredible things that you're doing right now. Another thing that really changed the game for me was looking at how I could enhance the room. What could I bring to the table? What were my strengths and skills that I could actually elevate that person? So as opposed to comparing and trying to compete and be better than, I started to see how I could elevate that person. I started to see what could I bring to the table that would not just lift this person, but together we would rise. That was a huge difference for me. Being a personal trainer, this whole world is competitive. It's very competitive. It's competitive to steal clients. It's competitive to be the best. It's competitive to be the fittest. When I learned that really wasn't going to serve me anymore, especially based off my past experience with eating disorders, I knew that for me, it was all about collaboration versus that competitive spirit. but I found that I was so much more happy when I was trying to elevate other people. I stopped caring so much about my status and the direction that I was heading in my business as I was elevating other people. By doing so, I still reached my goals. So by helping other people, I reached my goals. So think about what you can do to elevate and help the person that you might be comparing yourself against. You might find it funny that they say, I couldn't have done this without you. Did you think about that? Maybe you bring something so unique to the table that they really couldn't get to the level that they wanted to be without your help. So I want you to kind of flip the script in your head. Change the dynamic of how you view yourself in comparison to others. You bring so much to the table. I know that you have incredible strengths that are super specific and unique to you. I challenge you to write down the list of everything that you've been successful at and where you know that you're very strong. Write down your skills. Write down where you are rocking in your world. Okay? Then look at those people that you compare yourself against and see what you can bring to the table. How can you elevate them? Because I promise you, with you by their side, you both will have a much better experience and you'll both rise. So with that, I hope you can kind of shift the script with your, or flip the script with your comparison complex. It doesn't have to be like that. We all bring so many unique, beautiful gifts to the table, and I want to see more of yours. Until next time, love big, live vibrantly, and shine bright, my friends.